Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I'm Tanvi Taneja with the midday news. The headlines. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla calls an all-party meeting this afternoon ahead of the winter session of Parliament. Process of filing nomination papers for third phase of Jharkhand Assembly elections begins with the issuance of notification. In Maharashtra, a Shiv Sena, NCP and Congress delegation set to meet Governor Bhagat Singh Koshyari today. National Press Day being celebrated today. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu confers the National Awards for Excellence in Journalism for 2019. Polling underway in Sri Lanka for presidential elections amid stray incidents of violence. And in cricket, Bangladesh in tatters as Indian pacers shine in the second innings on day 3 of the Indore Test. Hosts declare their first innings at the overnight score of 493 for 6, taking a 343-run lead. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla has convened an all-party meeting this afternoon ahead of the winter session of Parliament beginning from Monday. During the meeting, Mr. Birla will seek the support of political parties to ensure smooth functioning of the House. Rajya Sabha Chairman Venkaiah Naidu has also called a meeting of leaders of different parties in the upper house tomorrow. An all-party meeting has also been convened by the government on the same day ahead of the session. The winter session of Parliament will conclude on the 13th of next month. In Jharkhand, with the issuance of notification for the third phase of assembly elections, the process of filing nomination papers for 17 assembly seats has commenced. Our correspondent has filed this report.
Filling of nomination for this phase will end on the 25th of this month, while scrutiny will be taken up the next day. November 28th is the last day for withdrawal of candidature. 17th constituency spread over 8 districts will go to poll in this phase on the 12th of December. Out of 17 seats, 1 seat reserved for scheduled tribe and 2 seats reserved for scheduled caste. The 81-member Jharkhand Assembly will go to poll in 5 phases between November 30th and December 20th, and the counting votes will be taken up December 23rd. On the other hand, today is the last day for withdrawal of candidature of first phase of assembly election. Divakar Kumar, AIR News, Ranchi.
The BJP today released another list of 3 candidates for the Jharkhand Assembly elections. Earlier, the party had released names of 68 candidates. In Maharashtra, a delegation of leaders from the Nationalist Congress Party, the Congress and the Shiv Sena will meet Governor B.S. Koshyari this evening to discuss farmers' distress and administration collapse. The meeting comes a day after these parties agreed on an alliance to form government in the state. Maharashtra is under the president's rule since Tuesday after the governor informed the centre that a stable government could not be formed in the prevailing situation despite his efforts. Our Mumbai correspondent has more.
Breaking the long-standing deadlock in Maharashtra, the 3 parties, NCP, Shiv Sena and Congress, are almost ready to form a new alliance government in the state in coming days. The parties have finalized a common minimum program for their government which focuses on farmer and youth issues. Sharad Pawar has yesterday said that the state will get a stable government for the next 5 years in a prospective coalition government with the Nationalist Congress Party and the Congress and Shiv Sena. Meanwhile, Pawar will be meeting Congress interim president Sonia Gandhi in New Delhi tomorrow, where a final decision on government formation is likely to be taken. Nivedita Bhorkar, AIR News, Mumbai.
The Madras High Court has declared the practice of following reservation in seniority and promotion for the staff of the Tamil Nadu government as illegal. Hearing a petition challenging the reservation in promotion, the court held that the roster system meant for reservation in appointment cannot be extended to fixing seniority and promotions. The bench said in its verdict that seniority should be fixed on the basis of merit. Otherwise, the person who is appointed on the basis of reservation would overtake another person, maybe of the same community, who got appointed based on merit, competing in the open category. The court directed the state government to redraw the seniority of its staff based on the verdict within 12 weeks. Justice Akil Abdul Hamid Qureshi was sworn in as the new Chief Justice of the High Court of Tripura today. Governor Ramesh Bais administered the oath of office at the old Raj Bhavan in Agartala. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, visit our News on AIR app and follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. You can also visit our website www.newsonair.com. The National Press Day is being observed today. The day is observed every year on this day for upholding free and responsible press. It was on this day that the Press Council of India had started functioning in 1966 as a moral watchdog to ensure that the press maintains its high standards and is not fettered by any influence or threat. Speaking at an event in New Delhi on the National Press Day, Vice President Venkaiah Naidu said that information should be real and original and it should be published with confirmation. Mr. Naidu said sensationalism has become the order of the day. He said core values of journalism are eroding now as business groups, political parties and personalities are using their TV channels and newspapers to promote their own interests. The Vice President said media is responsible for making people aware and it should condemn activities which discriminate against people.
We have freedom. We will do anything. We write anything. You have got every right to do anything. But the uppermost thing should be the country's interest. The national unity, integrity, safety, sovereignty of the people and the country should be uppermost in our mind.
On the occasion, the Vice President conferred the National Awards for Excellence in Journalism for the year 2019. Eminent journalist and chairman of Rajasthan Patrika, Gulab Kothari, has been awarded the Raja Ram Mohan Roy Award. Addressing the gathering, Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar said the menace of fake news is bigger than the one of paid news and it must be tackled in an efficient manner. He said press freedom is the essence of a vibrant democracy and the government is ensuring full freedom to the press. Mr. Javadekar said there is a need for responsible freedom.
ये इंटरप्रिटेशन में बड़ा गड़बड़ होता है. न्यूज अलग है, व्यूज अलग. व्यूज होने का अधिकार है, लेकिन दूसरा व्यू भी होने का आजादी है. लोगों को न्यूज मिलने का अधिकार है. मुझे लगता है कि फ्रीडम हैज टू बी रिस्पॉन्सिबल फ्रीडम, और वो रिस्पॉन्सिबल फ्रीडम हमें जरूरत है. और आज फेक न्यूज का संकट है. मैं आज चाहूंगा कि आज प्रेस डे के निमित्त से प्रेस वाले भी मंथन करें, क्योंकि आपका टीआरपी भी बिगड़ रहा है.
In Jammu and Kashmir, train service from Srinagar to Kazikund in South Kashmir and Banihal in Jammu region will resume tomorrow. The service remained suspended since August 5th when the centre had revoked Jammu Kashmir's special status and bifurcated the state into two union territories. The Northern Railway authorities today conducted a successful trial run of trains on both sides of the track. Train services on Srinagar-Baramulla section in North Kashmir had resumed on the 12th of this month. Union Home Minister Amit Shah will inaugurate the National Tribal Festival, the Adi Mahotsav, in New Delhi this evening. The 15-day Mahotsav is being held at the Dilli Haat in INA. The theme of the festival is celebration of the spirit of tribal culture, craft, cuisine and commerce. In Sri Lanka, brisk polling has been reported for presidential elections amidst stray incidents of violence and coercion. Around 50% voters had cast their votes till noon as a close contest is being seen between former Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa and Minister Sajith Premadasa. There are a total of 35 candidates in the fray with around 1.6 crore voters eligible to exercise their franchise. Meanwhile, police said some unidentified persons blocked and fired on buses carrying voters near Anuradhapura. There were no casualties reported and the police is investigating the matter. Police also said some unidentified persons blocked the buses carrying voters. An election monitoring agency reported that there were some attempts to coerce voters to vote for a particular candidate. Our correspondent has more.
Presidential elections in Sri Lanka normally see high voting and around 80% polling is expected by close of the day. Normal voting has been reported from minority-dominated areas of North and East, which is mainly supportive of Sajid Premadasa. His rival Gotabaya Rajapakse has his support base in Sinhala-dominated South, and the overall voting pattern will decide the fate of elections. Counting of ballot papers will begin after the polling and results are expected by tomorrow. The election of new president will also see the beginning of series of new political developments. Both have promised to appoint a new cabinet and have detailed manifestos to implement once they come to power. Santosh Kumar for AIR News from Colombo.
And now let's take you to Goa, where from real to real life, the Golden Jubilee of International Film Festival of India, IFFI, will showcase 50 films by women directors this time. The festival begins on the 20th of November. A report on some of the best works by women directors.
A gender-equal society will be one where the word gender will not exist. This time, IFFI is becoming a gender-bending festival. It is screening a special section on 50 films directed by women. In the Indian film industry, women directors have made their mark as a force to reckon with. They are picking a variety of sensitive subjects like surrogacy, homosexuality and patriarchy. Daughter of veteran actress Rakhi and renowned lyricist Gulzar, Meghna Gulzar scores high when it comes to emotional quotient in cinema. Her 2002 release Filhal revolved around surrogacy and was a bold theme in its style. Deepa Mehta is best known for her Elements trilogy, Fire, Earth and Water. She has brought issues ranging from patriarchy, communal strife and ill-treatment of widows in a courageous manner. Not to be left behind are Gauri Shinde and R. Balki. They have reinvented Hindi cinema with their unique styles. Gauri made her debut in 2012 with English Winglish, where Sridevi made a brilliant comeback. Gurinder Chadha is one name which stands out for her vivid portrayal of characters. She has been one of the most critically and commercially successful women filmmakers with a focus on British Indian families. Her movies like Bend It Like Beckham and Bride and Prejudice are popular comedy dramas.
What's happening now?
The Indian version of American Idol. I hope you brought your earplugs.
Comes the tale of a modern woman in a traditional family. They came from two different worlds.
Look around you. We're in Hicksville, India.
So keep listening to AIR News for more snapshots about the upcoming film festival. IFFI Desk, AIR News.
On to sports news now. In cricket, Bangladesh were tottering after Indian pacers rattled the visitors to dismiss their top four in just 15 overs in the second innings on day 3 of the Indore Test. Bangladesh were 189 for 6 a short while ago in the post-lunch session. Mohammad Shami dismissed Mominul Haq and Mohammad Mithun in quick succession. Ravichandran Ashwin broke the crucial partnership of Litton Das and Mushfiqur Rahim, sending Litton back to the pavilion at 35. India had declared their first innings at their overnight score of 493 for 6 wickets, taking a 343-run lead against Bangladesh. And senior journalist Rajat Sharma today resigned from the post of the president of Delhi and District Cricket Association DDCA. He cited his inability to continue amidst various pulls and pressures within the organization. Mr. Sharma had joined the cricket administration after receiving active backing from former finance minister late Arun Jaitley. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla calls an all-party meeting this afternoon ahead of the winter session of Parliament. Process of filing nomination papers for the third phase of Jharkhand Assembly elections begins with the issuance of notification. In Maharashtra, a Shiv Sena, NCP and Congress delegation set to meet Governor Bhagat Singh Koshyari today. National Press Day being celebrated today. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu confers the National Awards for Excellence in Journalism for 2019. Polling underway in Sri Lanka for presidential elections amid stray incidents of violence. And in cricket, Bangladesh tatters as Indian pacers shine in the second innings on day 3 of the Indore Test. Hosts declare their first innings at the overnight score of 493 for 6, taking a 343-run lead. And with that, we end the midday news.